My name is Luann Fisher. I have been a constituent in Naples, Florida since 1980. We all know that there's risks with encephalitis and the bothersome problems we have with mosquitoes. I come here in concern of just listening to the wonderful presentation. I appreciate their presentation, but they mentioned that Diabrom and other pesticides have been improved since 1959. So the question I have to ask this morning is, are we to simply presume that these pesticides that were approved in 1959 are the safe approach for us right now? Science evolves. Our understanding of long-term health effects evolves. We have countless examples, substances that were once approved and highly recommended for use have later been proved to be harmful as more research has emerged. We kept fluoride in our water for decades before revisiting the science with more critical lens, and look where we are now with fluoride. Approval from 1959 does not automatically translate to safety in 2025. Let's be honest about the contradiction. If any one of us set off a raid bug bomb inside our home, we are simply instructed to leave the house, seal off spaces, avoid exposure, yet we're expected to believe that spraying pesticides from aircraft over our neighborhoods, onto roofs, yards, lakes, and into our airspace is completely safe. I just would love to get more answers to approaches that would potentially be safer for us, that we would know 100% aren't harming our children, our public. I remember walking to school, to the bus stop in the early 80s, and the planes flying right over us as we were walking to the bus stop. And a couple times I had my tennis racket, and one time I thought, I'm going to hit this tennis ball right up at this plane. I don't know why I was thinking that. I didn't want to harm the plane, but I was just curious how high that plane actually was because it seemed pretty low. But really, nobody likes mosquitoes. This is not a debate about whether we need mosquito control, because we absolutely do. The question is, why are we not investing our energy, innovation, and resources into safer methods without exposing our ecosystems, pollinators, pets, wildlife, and families to the chemicals that drift far beyond their targets? I also would like to know the science behind dragonflies. I remember dragonflies being, I don't know if it was a season for dragonflies, and if the dragonflies come because the mosquitoes are around and that's like the food source, but they're such an important part of mosquito control, I think. And it's like, why are there fewer dragonflies, and how does that play a role into our ecosystem and into the mosquito control? So I'm looking for safer ways. I opt out, and I would love us to explore safer ways. Thank you for your time today.